I mean, what do you think of the events for this year? I was looking through them, and some of them are similar. So, you know, there's always a deadlift, right? But some of them are unique, and I would say mine that I'm most excited to see, and I would be interested to hear your opinion. I'm most excited to see the train pull in the qualifiers.
Yeah, it's nice to see a new event like the pushing events. We were not sure what it is, but you have to push very hard, for sure. Then we have to train for this. And the other events are good. You know, nothing very special. It's nice also to see Max Log coming back. It will be very interesting to see that event. But for me, it's a good set of events. I think with that set, my prediction, I think Brian Shaw can perform really well in that type of event. Maybe now, maybe just the deadlift can cost him a few points, but the rest is perfect for him. You know, because the power medley, it will be off frame. If it's the old frame, you know, this 825 pounds red frame with very small handle. Yeah, I think Brian is almost the best athlete for that. Many guys have good yoke, but not really good frame. You know, that frame is very hard, really. Okay. But it's very interesting. I think this final will be harder than last year in terms of like energy you need, because the pushing event will be brutal. Also, this power medley is not easy for sure. Stone is the same set. Max log, deadlift for reps, take more energy than a max also. You know, when you're all like me, you prefer maximum.
Oh, you brought this up last time I interviewed you, and I always remind you, I'm older than you are, so you're young.
Yes, but I have maybe more mileage than you.
Maybe, yeah. This is true. So, I mean, I thought I heard Big Loz was saying he thinks that the deadlift will be not traditional height, but they don't know what height it would be. Any guesses? Like, do you have a preference?
But, you know, it doesn't matter. Strongest deadlifter will win, you know? Okay. Then I just train normal deadlift. It's supposed to be the same height, very similar event. Then I'm not sure. I'm not sure what kind of deadlift it is, but if you're stronger on deadlift, you must win this event. That's it. You know, it's just about power. It's very simple. It's not a technical event. You know?
Right. Yeah. So I mean, a lot of people are saying that if it's a 15-inch or an 18-inch deadlift, Novikov kind of thrives on that, but not so much on 9-inch. Do you buy into that, or just whoever's stronger is stronger?
Yeah, it will be harder this year. With lower bar, I think it's not so good for Novikov.
Okay.
Yeah, it's more about power from the ground, I think. It's maybe a rack or something. Yeah, I have no idea. You know.
Hey, listen, I think...
but it's not so important. You know.
I was going to say, with any height, I think it's very good for you.
Yeah, it's what I think also. My deadlift is in good shape now.
Yeah. You and Jerry, I would say, it would be the favorites.
Yeah, Jerry is very strong in deadlift also. It's always good in that type of event. Bishop's also very strong. Luke,
Trey has really been coming around with deadlift as well. Trey Mitchell.
True. I think Trey pull at the moment maybe 440, 450 without suit. Then it's very good for him. Yeah. Also, we can surprise many guy, but still, you have to do the final first.
True. That's true.
It's hard.
Yeah, I mean they're doing that with several of the events, making them max instead of reps. For example, the keg is max height now; it's not multiple kegs, right? Yeah. So, what do you think of that? Is that a good move, or would you prefer the old way?
You have to do something different, but it's a big advantage for Brian Shaw. Brian must win this event easy. I think he's the most powerful thrower. The only guy who can fight with Brian is Thor. And Thor is not there.
Yeah, I mean, Tom Stoltman did well last year, but again, it wasn't a max height. It was multiple kegs, so maybe speed comes into it more than maximum throwing power. I don't know.
Yeah, I never saw Tom in max power because we just did this event in the past in Arnold Classic with the throwing bag. Shivlakov is very good.
Yes,
it's maybe second best, but we don't know if he can catch the final. But for Tom, it's good event for sure because he can throw the keg easy last year. And the other guys, I think maybe me in top 3 with Brian, Tom, and many guys are similar. Also, Ivars Smaukstelis is very good in throwing.
Ivars is good in a lot of different things. He's really getting people's attention. He kind of first started getting people's attention in Strongman Champions League, but in Worlds last year as well. But yeah, didn't he? I think there was a keg toss. I don't know if it was a Giants live event, but a Colin Bryce hosted event that was on sand, and Ivars won that. I remember.
Yeah, it was a tiebreaker in World Strongest Man 2019.
Okay. Yeah, but he's great with keg.
It's and even he did after qualification for the best third place, and you won the reserve place, and you won also $1,000 extra. And Ivars won that event. But you know what? With what I saw in Bahrain, I think Ivars have a very good chance to make the final again. You know,
I do too.
This guy is a lot overlooked. You know, and
not for too much longer.
Yeah. That's what I think.
Yeah, I mean, I just did some kind of preliminary predictions before I knew the events and before I knew the what the heats are going to be, and I definitely think he's making the final. Yeah. What do you think about Janashia? He's 2 competitions in after the injury, 1 not so good and 1 very good. So which Janashia do you think is going to show up for Worlds? The better one or the not so good one?
Very dangerous. You know, Janashia sometimes, I think in Bahrain, it was just a little warm-up because he stopped after 2 years to compete.
Yeah.
But now he won in Russia, this contest. And now I think self-confidence became again, and he knows he can be really good again and really strong. You know, injury is past. Now you have to look to the future. You know, I think Janashia will be in final with those events. Top 5.
Top 5 overall?
Yeah, overall. You know, Yo can frame. He can top 3 on that. Very good thrower, good in stones, good in lug, better than me. Very strong in deadlift. This pushing event, we don't know. But Konstantin is a very strong athlete, and not so many people talk about him, but he will be very dangerous. I know he's dangerous.
Yeah, he's taller, right?
6'5".
Yeah, so I would imagine, I mean, you tell me, but I would imagine that could be an advantage on that Titans table turning event. Height helps, right?
Yeah, and he's 170 body weight also.
Yeah, of course.
You know, like
yeah,
375.
Huge guy.
Yeah. You know, it's good for the big body weight for sure. I think Konstantin must be, you know, because not so many people talk about him. You know, it's always the same guy we saw, you know, the big YouTube channel, like Thompson, Brian Shaw, Robert Obers. So,
yeah.
But few guys work in silence, you know.
It's true.
And, I always very nervous about those guys, more than the popular ones.
Yeah, that was a situation in bodybuilding too back in the day. They say Dorian Yates used to work in silence, and then when he'd show up, he'd scare everybody.
Yeah, you know, and I have big respect for those guys too. You know, the important moment is the contest.
True.
You know,
this is true.
And you have to work very long time to catch this level of competition. But when someone have very good result in the past, sometimes you have few injuries, something can happen. But if he won in the past, like Brian Shaw, he can win again. He proved it last year. He won the Shaw Classic. It's why I think he have a chance this year. He looked like he trained really, really hard now. I think he will be really good prepared and hard to beat. It's a very nice set of events. More better, for example, for Brian than Novikov. I think Novikov, if he want to defend his title, it will be very hard for him. But he's always impressive.
All right, I'm going to have to revisit my predictions. I had Brian 5, so we'll see.
Yeah, but when you don't know the events, it's hard to predict. You know?
Yeah, it was totally a preliminary guess, and I was making the heats like they were last year, which they may or may not be, and it's difficult to do, especially with the heats, because, like I said, certain sets of events suit certain guys. You know, if you know, your heat is doing deadlift, then God help everybody else.
True, but for Brian, clarification this year would be easy, because if you got fingers, example, you won this event easy, and the rest is also good for him.
Well, I mean, Brian always makes the finals too. It's not it would be shocking for him not to make the finals.
Yeah, you know, he exists two different Brian. Normal athlete, and when he need to do more, he can do. You know, you understand?
Yeah.
You have not so many athletes like this in the world, but I put Brian in this category. Example, he need one more reps, he will do the reps extra. Like Savikas was the same. Mariusz Puzanovsky is also an athlete like this.
Oh yeah.
You never know. You never know if he really needs something. You know, those guys are more talented than the average. Then he can all the time prove you wrong. You know, you think
right.
and you never know what kind of performance they can do. You have a medley, yoke and frame.
Yeah, the frame loading medley, right? So we were talking about the frame. You were talking about how you think Brian's really good with that type of frame. Mm-hmm. And then you think they're going to do something crazy with the loading, like the monster truck parts from last year, or something more traditional?
The loading is in qualification.
Right.
Not in final, but I don't know what kind of object it is, but it change nothing. You know, you're good in loading or you're not good. But something new for sure. It would be maybe train parts, or I don't know what kind of sponsor they have this year.
True. Oh, you know what they have? I heard they have a tool manufacturer, knack, for the deadlift. So it may be a tool like some sort of electric tools or something.
Okay. Possible. Yeah. But it's not important. You have to load something. But you know, the frame can fuck up many guys.
Yeah.
You know, if you are very good in loading, but your grip is shit, you're fucked, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I've seen some competitions where the frame handles had no knurling on them, and it messed up everybody.
That frame normally in World Strongest Man makes some mistake with guy because it's very, very small handle. And you can open your ends very easy. It's why it's more difficult. But you're not supposed to have knurling on that. You know, you have grip or you don't have grip. That's it.
Interesting. I haven't heard that one before, but yeah, that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah. And not supposed to have knurling on that. I see that few times, but it's not supposed. It's just supposed to be steel. That's it. No paint.
Right.
Paint is much harder.
Of course. Yeah.
But just normal steel is supposed to be okay.
Okay. Interesting. By the way, anybody out in the audience who has questions for JF, feel free to jump in, put them in the comments, and this is your chance to talk to a 9-time Canada's Strongest Man. And how many times have you been to Worlds, JF?
This year will be 11.
Wow, 11.
And I make at the moment 8 finals, maybe 9. I prefer say nothing for the moment.
Okay, you let me say it for you. JF's going to make the finals.
I hope. It's the goal.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow, that's incredible. I was my joke is this. I say JF has been Canada's Strongest Man pretty much since Canada was founded.
Almost since 2011. But I think also Maxim this year will be really strong. He trained very hard now. He have good chance to make the final. It would be nice to see 2 Canadians in the final.
For sure. Maxim is really good at training his weaknesses, so I think he's going to come in very well balanced this year.
Yeah. I train him now, and I help him with weaknesses, and he do squat and deadlift like never he did in the past. Trust me.
Really? Wow.
He will be much better.
Yeah, I think he was, when I interviewed him, I think he was telling me that he was working on yoke as well to try to get his yoke up as well.
Yeah, you have 2 weaknesses, powerlifting movement and yoke. That's it. All other events are always very good for Maxim because he's a really good athlete.
Yeah, he's fast.
Yeah, this year it will be very dangerous. He's really good on stones.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. If he gets into a stone off with anybody except for Tom Stolman, he's probably going to win.
Yeah, yes, of course. It's very, very dangerous. You have also a few guys coming back. Like Travis Opmeyer is coming back.
Yeah, yeah.
I think Travis can make the final this year.
Yeah.
Why I say that? I say that because he's really good on stones.
Oh, yeah. Travis is famous for stones. Travis told me, if I'm getting this right, he told me in his garage he has a 600-pound stone. So if I remember right, I think he said he got it to his lap once.
Yeah, yes. I'm sure he can do. But, you know, it will be very dangerous and maybe make some new athletes, like favorites, very nervous if they have Travis in the group. Because they know if you have to fight the stones against this guy, it will be not easy.
Right.
You know, Travis he's older now, but is really good athlete. You look what he did in the past. He's good in almost single event. Then it's why I don't take this guy like not so good. He's always dangerous in contests.
No, I mean, even very recently at Siberian Power Show, he was 4th out of 13. So it's not only his past accomplishments, he's still very dangerous.
Yeah, it will be a very good event this year in World's Strongest Man. Then 4 more weeks to train. I just hope just not get injured. That's what I hope the most. But I'm in good shape now. I will be ready.
How's training going? It's progressing like you wanted?
Yeah, very good. Today I try squat suit. But because I have the same setup at home, I have all the strongman equipment.
Yeah.
Then I test the squat. Not bad. We do many events today, throwing, like yoke, stones. Hercules hold also to train the grip. And all was perfect. I had small injuries after Bahrain, but I take like 1 month rest. But now I feel much better. It will be good. But I prefer don't say any prediction. I prefer arrive like underdog guy and surprise people.
Yeah, I mean, you were second place in Bahrain, right? You did extremely well there.
Yeah, it was good. It was good contest. Of course, the goal is always to win, but I was happy. You know, when you make a podium in this level, you must be happy, okay? But I hope I have my chance also to win the title this year in World's Strongest Man. That's the goal. But you never know what can happen. Because we don't compete very often, we have no idea about the shape of the other athletes too. But right. I think I predict many new guys in final. Many surprise. You know, maybe if you guys don't have the chance last year, they got injured or something. But I think many newcomers are in really good shape and can surprise many favorite guy.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Did Bobby Thompson he didn't make the finals last year, did he?
No.
I think he will this year. What do you think?
It will be hard for Bobby because Stone is one of his worst events.
True. That's true.
That's the problem for Bobby, but he looked really, really strong at the moment. If he win the group, he don't need to fight Stones also. But I'm not sure about, okay, deadlift and squat is good, but you have a loading. It's not the best for him. Squat and deadlift is very good for Bobby. Overhead is also good. But depending what you do on the truck pull or the single finger. I never see him in single finger, but I know truck pull is not his best even. That it will be very hard for Bobby to make the final, in my opinion. Because we know the events now. And
yeah, I know that.
Stone off also.
Right. Yeah, I've heard him mention something about truck pulls where I think he has like a flexibility issue in his ankles or something that makes it difficult for him.
I think Bobby had a big foot injury because when he came to Warwick in Canada to compete in Arnold, in Warwick. He got injured in his foot. It was an old injury, and he cannot pull the truck. I just hope he's okay. But he really surprised me in the last few weeks with the weight he lift in log, and he also really strong in deadlift and squat. Then I hope he can reach the final because he deserves it, in my opinion. But with that set of events, maybe not the best for Bobby. Yeah.
What do you think about? I'm thinking Evan Singleton will make the finals. What do you think about him? He's looking pretty strong this year.
I think Evan improve his weaknesses. He will be in final. Almost 90% sure for me.
Yeah, he's an incredible athlete, and he's also very motivated. Like he tries very hard.
Yeah. I think. Anyway, we can make many predictions, but we never sure. We'll see what happens in World Strongest Man. Yeah. I have to leave you because I have to go at home now. But I was happy to talk with you tonight.
Yeah, likewise, of course.
I was just disappointed Travis was not there, but maybe we can try next week.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be great. Great. I'll catch up with him. And thanks a lot, JF. I really appreciate it and enjoy your evening.
Yes, it's a pleasure, and continue your good work with Strongman Sport.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Take care.
Thanks. Bye.